Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on to this special Facebook Live. I have a very important invitation. Oh my gosh, Saturday morning, can't talk yet. I have a very important invitation for all of us this morning. And so I hope that you will stick with me for just a few minutes. I'm going to get to that invitation. I'm going to get to that call to action because it has the ability to change the landscape of women's midlife health. So I have put together a few slides. I haven't rehearsed this. I got to tell you, what I'm about to share this morning is just coming from my heart recently, like these last few days, but from the work that I've been doing for the last 10 years. So for those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Shirley Weir. I am the founder of Menopause Chicks. I hope that you know that by now because you're watching this inside the Menopause Chicks community. I am going to just move my slides here. So what we're going to talk about today actually has a lot to do with this particular doctor. Her name is Dr. Cara DeNicio. I'm going to tell you more about Dr. Cara in just a minute. But I need to begin, as I always do, with the mission of Menopause Chicks. So we're an education first community. I know there are lots of conversations happening right now about menopause. And some of those conversations, lean towards the complaining and the fear and, lots of negativity. At Menopause Chicks, we're focused on education and quality information first, and we're on a mission to empower women like you to navigate perimenopause to menopause to postmenopause, which is where I am. I'm 55 years old and I reached menopause at age 49. We want to empower you to navigate these life phases with confidence and ease. And three of the ways that we do that is, as I mentioned, by directing you towards quality health information. In addition, a lot of the work that I do here in the Menopause Chicks community, I'm sure you've seen the threads, is pointing you towards educated, experienced, and practitioners who are experts in women's midlife health and in hormone health. And sometimes that's easier said than done because for some of us, we have someone who's in charge of our health, our primary care provider, and it requires a little bit of coaching. Sometimes I provide script tips in how to work with that practitioner, right? So it's like, how can you get closer to feeling amazing? In other cases, we have members who want to invite a hormone expert or women's midlife health expert to their team. So I do that work as well. And then, of course, thirdly, as I hope you've experienced, you have a community who has your back. Now, I mentioned there are a lot of conversations happening right now in the menopause space, and that will often lean towards, well, myths. What are some of the myths? You don't need to worry about it if you haven't experienced a hot flash yet. Not true. This isn't something you need to learn about until you're at least 50 years old. Not true. Oh, and of course, one of the biggest myths is, the risks and dangers and that hormone therapy causes cancer. It does not. It's a complicated protocol, and it's something that we need to learn about the benefits of. But my fear often is that too many of us are making significant health decisions based on outdated headlines and hearsay. And those are all common myths. And they're all common myths that I often get asked about if I'm on a podcast or if I'm speaking to someone. And a lot of the media will focus on that. But I want to tell you about a myth that is generally unspoken. And that myth is that we arrive at this point in our life, no matter how old you are, with a presupposed thought that my doctor will know what to do. So I'm going to cruise through life. And if anything happens, and the reason I'm telling you this story is because this was me. If anything happens, if there's anything adverse or, have any health concerns, my doctor will know what to do. But the truth is, women over the age of 45 years old, 59% of us leave our health appointments feeling dismissed or disappointed. And this statistic is from a report called In Her Words. You can read the entire report. I hope you do. It's at inherwords.ca. It was commissioned by the BC Women's Health Foundation with support from Pacific Blue Cross, which is a benefit provider here in British Columbia. But these stats apply generally to whatever geographic location you live in, whatever country you live in. Women are not getting access to the quality health care that they deserve. And I mentioned 59% of women leave their health appointments feeling dismissed or disappointed. The top two reasons for those health appointments: menstruation and menopause. And sadly, but definitely we need to underscore this, those statistics are higher if you are an Indigenous woman or a woman of color. And this is heart-wrenching. And it's sad, and it's something that keeps me awake at night. This is a snippet of the report. I hope you'll go to inherwords.ca and read it in its entirety. My story is in that report, but laying awake at night is one thing that we can do, but there are other things that we can do. We, not me, we. This is my invitation to all of us. There's 43,000 of us in this community, and we have an opportunity to do something about it. We have an opportunity to change the landscape of how women access healthcare in midlife. Now, some of the ideas that come up whenever this conversation rises to the top are, well, I just need to see a female practitioner. Okay, that's not true, because female practitioners go to school with male practitioners. They sit beside each other at medical school. It doesn't matter the gender of your practitioner. It matters that they have the education, the experience, and the expertise. Another, solution that will often come up is, I need to see a naturopath. I need to see a functional medicine doctor. Yeah, sometimes that might be a good idea, but not all naturopaths, not all functional medicine doctors specialize in women's midlife hormone health. They might specialize in pediatrics or allergies or men's health, for goodness sake. So that's not a blanket solution for this. Other solutions that I hear are, we need to advocate government. Okay, sure. Raise awareness, advocacy, super important and near and dear to my heart. But governments are in power for 4 years, and this has been a battle that is decades long. Other solutions are, well, we should start teaching this in high school, surely. And I'm like, yeah, okay. We do need to have more conversations, but I don't want curriculum in high school to take precedence over the women in this community who need support now. They need to feel amazing now, or at least be pointed in the direction of how they can feel amazing. And the second point I would make on that is, we don't want to teach high school students that menopause is about suffering, that they have this like big giant boulder that they're going to face at midlife that just is doom and gloom. And I'm afraid that often the narrative around perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause is so negative that we can sure crack open more conversations and raise awareness, but that does nothing if all we're doing is to continue to perpetuate negativity, that women are meant to suffer, all those sorts of things. So really, what's left for us to do right now, today, as we near the midway point of 2022, we need to stop sending women to the hardware store to get milk. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you. Just let that soak in for a second. Think about walking up and down the aisle of your local hardware store and you're looking for milk and you can't find the refrigerator. You ask, but no one seems to know how to point you towards the milk. And this is the analogy of what we are doing as a society when we go back to my earlier point where we think, my doctor will know what to do. That is not entirely true unless your doctor has invested in continuing education around women's hormone health, women's midlife health, how to invest in their next 3 to 5 decades. And unless they have a practice that is, predominantly focused on women, let's say 45 and up. So I want to tell you about something that's pretty exciting, and it has to do with Dr. Cara. These two women are leaders in the women's health movement, in the women's midlife health movement. On the left is Dr. Jordan Robertson. She is the founder of Clarity Health, which is based in Burlington, Ontario. She's also the founder of a program called The Confident Clinician. And what Jordan does with her colleagues is provide, 5-star educational content for clinicians, for practitioners who want to up their game in this space. And while Dr. Jordan and Dr. Cara are both naturopathic physicians, the clinicians that sign up for these courses are NDs, they're nurses, they're nurse practitioners, and they're medical doctors. And they might be folks like me who just really want this information and education because it will help further the work that we do. So you could be watching this and maybe you're a yoga teacher, or maybe you work in a spa and this conversation just comes up all the time with your clients and you're super curious. Now, you may not go to the next level of what we're going to talk about, but this is just really to underscore how important and how many members of our health team are surrounded by us. I mean, I was talking about it with my hairdresser the other day and she had questions. So the Confident Clinician program founded by Dr. Jordan, and Jordan and Cara went to school together. It's an opportunity for us to invite our healthcare professional to get the education that they need to serve their patient panel. I want to tell you a little bit more about Dr. Cara. So Dr. Cara DeNicio is a naturopathic physician based in Owen Sound, Ontario. And we've never shared oxygen, but we have shared a common passion for the last many number of years. I've never met her in person, but she is a unique individual, definitely passionate about women's health. She's reformatted her entire practice so that she can support women who are navigating perimenopause to menopause to postmenopause, because that is where her heart is. And I think it was in 2021, about a year ago, Dr. Cara went and became certified with the North American Menopause Society. Now, this is rare. The North American Menopause Society does have an accreditation program. Short form is NAMS accreditation. And I've sent many of you to the NAMS website to search for a NAMS practitioner in your area. That their website is menopause.org. If you were to go there today, you would likely find around 10 naturopathic physicians, the majority of NAMS practitioners there, and that's probably just because of history and things are changing, are medical doctors, some nurses, some nurse practitioners. Last year, Dr. Cara became a NAMS certified practitioner. And I think I'm guessing on the number here, but I think there's 10 more naturopathic physicians who are writing their exam this month, June 2022. So that list is growing. And one of the reasons it's growing is because of Dr. Cara. She has now, in the last year, gone forward and created a comprehensive, well, it was a 2-day course when I took it, but now it's available on demand for all practitioners. She has created an advanced practice course on hormone therapy for menopause. And I want to invite all of us to email our doctors, our naturopaths, whoever we have on our health team, and invite them to sign up for this course. This could change everything. And this is the kind of practitioner that Dr. Cara is. In the bottom right-hand corner, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think in the last year as well, she also took level 1 pelvic floor physiotherapy course. Not because she wants to be a pelvic floor physiotherapist, but because that information and education makes her a better doctor for the women in her patient panel. So this is the work, this is the passion that Dr. Cara has created. This picture here in the middle, you can see it's a screenshot of when I had the opportunity just this most recent March 2022 to take this course, and it blew my mind. The level of detail, the level of qualification and verification around the research, and how well Dr. Cara is interpreting that research for her fellow healthcare practitioners. That's really, what it comes down to, is we're all starved for time. Our health professionals are busy. They probably have many, many, many messages coming at them. But if they have a waiting room full of women who are over 45, they actually have an obligation to make sure that they can change that statistic, that 59% of women walking out of their health appointments feeling dismissed and disappointed. That will not happen if we have more practitioners like Dr. Cara, like Dr. Jordan, or like those who are taking this advanced practice menopause hormone therapy course. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm pretty passionate about it as well. And this is my call to action for all of us. I want you to email your doctor and invite them to take the course. And I want to help you. I will provide script tips. I'm going to put the link below this video. I will include some words that you can copy and paste into your email. And I'm even going to take it to the next level. If you want to keep this email anonymous for whatever reason, I don't think you should, but if you want me to email your doctor for you and tell them about this opportunity to up their education in menopause hormone therapy, then all you have to do is to reach out to me in a private message, give me the email address of your doctor, and I will send them a note. This is an opportunity for us to stop complaining that my doctor, doesn't believe in hormone therapy, or my doctor told me to just suck it up and get through it. We're going to throw away all of that old, outdated narrative around women's midlife health. And we're going to come forward with the mantra of women deserve to feel amazing. And one of the ways that we're going to get to amazing is to surround ourselves with a health team who can support our journey. So that's my invitation to you. Please check out the link below. Please reach out to me if you have any other ideas. And even if you would like to volunteer to send out some of these emails. Just imagine if every doctor Monday morning had an email in their inbox inviting them to learn more about women's midlife health. That could be a game changer. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I look forward to hearing from you.